welcome back. Today we're going to do another cake. It's one of our popular buttercream designs and it is a ombre style cake. So with the ombre buttercream you want to choose, I usually do 3 colors. I think that's kind of a good amount for the height of our cake. So today I've chosen electric purple, soft pink, and sky blue from our favorite Macaron gel colors. I'm going to top that with a chocolate ganache strip and then also use some sprinkles that you see here and do that around the base, so it's really extra fun. The cake is vanilla sprinkles, so it does make sense. And then we have our macarons here that I'm going to do a macaron crown on the top. We're also going to do our ganache strip again because why not? And we're going to use a shorter offset spatula today. This one's good for the ombre style because it really can, you can control where you're putting the buttercream a lot better than with the normal size one that I use. And then we have our bench scraper, so that's how you get those clean edges. And 3 different bowls for our 3 different colors. We'll need toothpicks to attach the macarons to the cake. And then also I'm going to be doing one of our edible discs. So this, I started a long time ago. I didn't like writing on cakes. I didn't have the best writing when I was piping. So I came up with this, which is a gum paste disc. And then I cut it out, let it dry, put a little gold circle around it, and then I write on it with an edible pen. So I'll show you how I do that as well. So ready, Lila? Let's get started. Okay, so we have our 8-inch vanilla sprinkle cake here. It's already crumb coated and ready to go. It's been chilling for a while, so it's nice and firm to the touch, which is what you want, especially if you want to get those nice crisp edges. So I've mixed up my colors already. I have my blue, my electric purple, and my pink. So I guess technically this isn't an ombre cake because ombre is usually dark to light of the same color. But I still call it that because I don't really know what else to call it. If you wanted to do an actual ombre cake, you can take your color blue, just do a darker color and your lightest color, and then mix those 2 colors together to get your middle color. So it's pretty simple. So I think I'm going to start with my blue at the bottom. So I take my small offset spatula and just put it like a nice thick layer. Maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. I'm terrible with measurements, so I'm not sure if that's correct, but just like a good healthy layer, like you would any kind of second layer on your cake. So I kind of just eyeball a third. It's not exact. For me, I like it when it's not, you know, exactly even. I've seen other people use piping bags and things like that, which is fine too, but I prefer just eyeballing it. I think it kind of gives it a more whimsical look. So, okay, and you want to make sure before you start on your next color, you wipe off your spatula. So that's what I'm doing there. So my next one, I think I'll do this purple color. So same thing, and then this is okay if you blend it into the top. And then there's a little bit of the bottom color on top, so then I just scrape it off onto the other bowl, just so you get a nice clean application of your second color and it's not mixing. Going around, and it's okay if you get it on the blue on the bottom because you're going to be scraping off a layer, so you'll get all that unwanted color there. Okay, and I always go around and add a little bit more because I find that you always need to add a little bit more after you're done the initial scrape down of your cake, so this kind of just takes away a step. Okay, so I've got my 2 colors on. I'll give it a wipe. And then I want to do my 3rd on top. Okay, so now that we have the sides done, I'm going to do the top. So we're doing a chocolate drip on it, so it doesn't really matter, but for this, you just want it to be the same color as the top color of your ombre. Just want to hold your spatula still and just use your cake stand to do all the work. Okay, then I'll use my bench scraper here and keep it nice and level. And again, you keep that still as well. Scrape it off. So here you want to make sure that your scraper is always clean, so you use your rag and just make sure that all the color's off of there, or else you're going to get streaks everywhere. Now I'm going to clean around the bottom. I'm going to add some sprinkles on the bottom so it doesn't have to be quite right up to the cake. There can be a little bit icing there because you're going to be covering it with sprinkles. give it one more scrape here. Okay, so for the sprinkles around the side, I just want to add some to the base to kind of make it more fun. So I'll do that before I do the ganache and while the icing is still soft, before it sets up in the fridge. So I just take a handful and I kind of just place it against the side. So this does make a mess, so just beware. Not really way around that. Usually you can put like a sheet pen underneath to collect the sprinkles, but didn't think ahead, so just have to clean up after. So you're kind of just like encouraging the sprinkles on the cake. You're not quite pushing them all in. You can hear them going everywhere. Okay. So then I'll just scrape the extra off like this around the cake. So I'll just scrape the extra sprinkles off around the cake and stick it back in the fridge, let it firm up, and then I'm going to add the ganache. Okay, so our cake has been chilling in the fridge for about 10 minutes, so it's ready to add the ganache. So I've heated it up, and I'll shake it up. Sounds good. And then I like to pick up the cake before I add the ganache. And just pour it on. Till about there. And give it a spin. So the drip is all done. So I'm going to stick it back in the fridge and let it chill up a little bit more, and then I'm going to add some sprinkles to it. Okay, so our cake has been chilling for a bit, so it's still a little wet, but that's kind of what you want because I want to throw some sprinkles on the top too, so that it'll stick. I just didn't want to do that right away, or else the sprinkles are a little heavy and can make the ganache kind of fall down the cake more. So I'm just going to do this, sprinkle it on a little bit. And I want to get some on this chocolate, so I'm just kind of going to throw it at it. It is fun, but also messy, so, but that's what making cakes is. When I make cakes, I usually spread out on every single surface. So if I'm working late at night or something, I'll use every single bench that we have. And there's like 7 in there, so that's saying a lot. Okay. All right, so I think that's good. So then now to add the macarons. So I have a bunch of different ones here. So what I do is I use our toothpicks and I'll just kind of stick it in where I want to start. And then the macaron kind of just goes right there. So you want to make sure your macarons are chilled or else this isn't going to work very well. And just kind of spread it out a little bit. Choose your next color. There you go. So I kind of like that much spacing in between. You can do it as close together, as far apart as you want, but I think that kind of looks the best. So keep going around with that. Evenly spaced. That doesn't happen often. Okay, so I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 on a 8-inch cake, which is what we usually do, so that worked out well. So as you can see, the crown is nice and spaced out, and it looks cool. And then to add on the plaque, so that's the final step of this design. So I have my plaque here, so I'm going to just write on it. So let's see, I'll write Happy Birthday, Lila. It's not her birthday, but it's good practice for when it is. So I've used a couple different edible pens, and these ones seem to be the best. So there we go. A nice plaque for Lila. And then to add the plaque onto the cake, I just use some buttercream. So this is just extra that I scooped up from the bowls. So I want to choose the front of my cake, which I think this part is cool. So do that as the front. A little dollop in the middle. And then your plaque on top. Okay, there you go. So that's our macaron crown. So I added a ganache strip, some ombre, and some sprinkles. So as you can see, it's not exactly ombre, but blue to purple to pink. And then I like how you can kind of see the variation there. It kind of blends together. So that's what you kind of get from using the offset spatula as opposed to a piping bag where it's very, very symmetrical. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned a lot. See you next time.